Oatmeal raisin cookies, what's not to love? But you're gonna fall in love with these even more because they're made with whole wheat, they're butter-free, fiber-rich oats, even more delicious and nutritious. So I'm starting with 1 cup of whole wheat flour. To that, add half a cup of toasted wheat germ. This is what's kicking around in the back of your fridge. Comes in a big jar, great way to use up the rest of it. Also really high in folic acid, heart-healthy fats, and fiber. To that, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This is gonna give us nice texture. Teaspoon of ground cinnamon, flavor, and 1/2 teaspoon coarse salt. Whisk all this together. Already smelling really homey with that cinnamon. Okay, let's work on the wet ingredients. Starting with 2/3 cup vegetable oil. I'm using safflower oil here. Nice neutral oil. 3/4 cup dark brown sugar. The dark brown sugar has more of that molassesy flavor, which is really tasty and helps make it seem even more decadent. 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. This little bowl is also smelling delicious because of the vanilla. You can either whisk or stir this. Make sure it's just really well combined. All right, so now we're going to fold the wet ingredients into the dry. So these cookies are so easy to throw together. You can make them after school for little snacks. You can make them for dinner. This also makes a really great contribution for bake sales. If you're just trying to add something that's still really tasty but has some stealth health benefits. So now let's add the stars of the show. 2.5 cups old-fashioned rolled oats and 1 cup of raisins. Now, if you didn't want to add raisins, you could also add any other dried fruit of your liking. Give this a big stir. This is the hard part, not getting in and eating the raw batter. But I promise you, once these are baked, you will be so excited. So we're going to make about 2 tablespoon portion balls. If you have a small ice cream scoop, this is a great task for that because you make sure you get really nice, even cookies. So this should make about 2 dozen. The scoop also makes portioning super simple. And this is really fun for kids to help out with if you happen to have some little hands in the kitchen. Bake these at 325 degrees until they're nice and golden and fragrant, about 13 minutes. So I've let these cookies cool slightly on the pans. That gives them a nice crust on the bottom, but we'll let them cool all the way on a cooling rack here. They smell heavenly. Cannot wait to try them. Last one. Perfect. All right, let's try. Whole grain goodness and an update on a classic. This calls for a glass of milk.